Hey, friends, I'm Otis Gibbs, and this is my buddy Kenny Vaughan. He's going to tell you a story about Waylon Jennings and his steel player, Ralph Mooney.
I will say that I did have an encounter with them once in the 70s. My friend and I went down to this horrible little joint. We risked our lives to go see Waylon. It was right before the Willie and Waylon phase. So he was still greasing his hair back. It was long. He had long hair, but he didn't have a beard yet, and he had the leather biker bands on his wrists, and the black leather vest, and he was kind of in transition, but he still had the product in his hair. It was long, but and they were really good, and we went down there and we befriended Ralph Mooney, the steel guitar player, um, who was a character, kind of a, how do you describe his attitude? He didn't really give a shit, about anything. And but he we had fake ID. I had a fake ID. My friend was older than me. He was legal. I had a fake ID, and he dispatched us to the bar to get him vodka and what was he drinking? Vodka and some mixer, in little plastic cups, little bar, tiny little things. We got him many drinks before they were setting our stuff up, and the audience was really like a straight white couples kind of place, because it was kind of like a sit down kind of club.
Dinner theater sort of deal.
Not really, but it kind of had that vibe a little bit. A lot of couples. And I remember when Waylon came, we were like, where's Waylon? Is he coming out? And I remember Ralph saying, "Motherfucker's on the bus." And I'm like, okay, I guess he won't be out until the show, And they kind of started a little bit late. And when Waylon came out, all the girls went nuts. I mean, there was like this, you could feel this energy and you could hear this kind of collective shriek and gasp through the audience. And some of those guys got kind of pissed off. I kind of got they weren't happy about their woman suddenly having a reaction to the great Waylon Jennings. And he really did have that sort of, I think that was the height of his sex appeal, like when he's still real lean, and no beard at that time. And he kind of just he had this, but he was great, he was just like, he had that folk element, like folk rock, West Texas, Buddy Holly, country. It was different, it wasn't Nashville country at all, and I always liked his music, I always thought it was different, I didn't see him as a typical country artist, he didn't behave like one, he didn't look like one, his song selection was all over the place, he'd sing pop songs, he'd sing folk songs, he would sing, he all kinds of stuff, but it always sounded like Waylon, And Richie was the producer on a lot of those great records later on, in the early 70s to the mid 70s. He had a big thing with the but Waylon beat, the boom, 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 pre-disco thing of hitting all four beats per measure on the bass drum, And Waylon started doing that whoop whoop, like, whoop whoop, but it was somehow whoop whoop whoop. It's like, what the hell, And they got the phase shifter droning on the low D string on the Telecaster, and that was the other thing. Is like, this was before Waylon started hiring other guitar players to play solos. He was still, the next time I saw him was in the late '80s, and I was like horrified. I was like, there was some guy over there playing a Kramer heavy metal guitar through a, like, it sounded like he should be playing in fucking Journey, I was like, what the fuck is that? What is this? Who is that idiot? And why is he playing like that? It's like, what is going on here? And it was like, it's over, It's like, oh, geez. But back in those days, Waylon was a great guitar player, man. He was so good. And you listen to those pre-Ralph Mooney records, and he's basically playing Ralph Mooney licks on the guitar. And he finally persuaded Ralph to join his band, which Ralph did sort of. To hear Ralph tell it was kind of reluctantly, but I think what happened is Waylon enlisted Jesse, Ralph loved Jesse. He enlisted her to persuade Ralph to join the band. And that's how that happened. But I was working with him one time, and this is after Waylon died, and I was working with Ralph, and we were taking a break, and I said, Ralph, man, those records you guys made, they were just like unbelievable, but just what a mood and what a sound you guys had. He said, well, his music and my music really weren't the same, but I guess we did all right. I was like, okay. And then you listen to Rainy Day Woman, and Ralph kicks that off. It's like every time I've had to pull the car over and turn it up and just sit there and listen to it, I've heard it a million times, but every time it still comes on the radio, I have to stop and listen. It's just like, it's a thing of wonder. It's amazing. What a record. And Ralph is a big part of it, Waylon loved Ralph. I don't think Ralph loved Waylon. But, find a better record.
If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like it, subscribe to my channel and click the like button and tell me down below what your favorite Waylon Jennings song is, and I'll see you somewhere down the road. Much love to you.